lined up. What you want, girl? I'm shooting a video. Quiet on the set. What's going on? What you want? I'm like in the middle of this right now. Hi, daughter. Come give me a hug. Is your badge isn't okay? It doesn't have your job. This is my daughter. She's a surgical tech, and I'm super proud of her. And she's thinking about going to school to be a nurse as well. Tell me what you did today. Her back is hurting, so she wants me to give her a massage later. Tell them really quick. You got 30 seconds. Let's go.
A gastric bypass.
Uh-huh.
And he had no assistant, so I had to hold the camera and the intestines and all that, and it was really hard. Oh, it hurts.
How long you been a surgical tech?
How long have I been a surgical tech? Since August.
Since August of last year. I'm super proud of my baby, guys. So I just wanted her to like tell you guys about her day really, really quick. Maybe we'll do a surge tech video one day. Who knows? Okay, back to my video. Hey everyone, it is Nurse Nene, also known as Back to Me 2011. I know it's been forever since I shot a video with you guys. The last time I spoke with you, I was in Atlanta, going to check out a home health care agency, and also not too far apart from that, I was talking about my Nclex as well. And I just wanted to come back to you guys so that you guys, because I know you guys was like wondering what was going on with me. You haven't seen me. I've read some of the comments like, when you gonna shoot another video? And I'm here to shoot another video. So let me tell you what's been going on with me. Like I said, back in March, I passed my Nclex 113 questions. I did get a job at a rehab facility. That only lasted for 1 month. And the reason why it lasted for 1 month is because it just wasn't for me. I tried the best I can to work in that facility, and I have a lot of stuff going on. I got my husband spinning a fidget on the top of his head. I got a baby knocking on the door, so hopefully they won't interrupt my video. Back to my video. Back to my video. Yeah, it just wasn't a good fit for me. I like working in rehab. However, having 20 patients, 18 patients is not for me. I'm used to working in a hospital setting where 8 is enough, 7 is enough, and it also depends on what kind of floor you're working on. Because you know, ICU you can get 2, 1, sometimes 3. It all depends. But I tried it out. I did not feel comfortable with some things. Like, for example, I was pretty good at med pass. Some things I did not know what to do. I would go ask a nurse, but my 8 o'clock a.m. med pass would get done around 11:15 to sometimes even 12 o'clock. Well, it's actually 9 o'clock med pass, because you got to go find people in rehab. Some people go off to the doctor's appointments in the morning. You get caught up with discharges that's happening 10:30 in the morning. So the supervisors, they all know that. They just say keep on going, and that's what I did. And by the time I finished that, it was time for my Accu-checks. It was time for my 1 o'clock meds, because you know, with the medications, if it's due at 9 o'clock, you could pass them out an hour before or an hour after. So I would try my best to try to, if I can get my medication out, my 1 o'clock meds out, it all depends on the time, I would do that. If not, I would go ahead and take my break, and then when I come back from my break, I will go ahead and pass my meds, try to do my behavior charting, try to do my treatment charting, and of course, between all of that too, with all those patients, giving them breathing treatments, hanging IVs. What else I did? I never started an IV, like puncture somebody, but I do a lot of phlebotomy at my other job that I still work at the hospital. But yeah, the IV will already be in, a PIC line will already be in. Most of the time it's always the PIC line. So I would do that. I would do my tube feedings. For some reason, my tube feedings would be my husband showing me something on on his phone. The two fittings, it was always so funny because I will always forget like which way to turn it, and the fluid and stuff will come out. So I always make sure I had towels and paper towels and a towel or something to put on that resident, because if you don't, you're gonna make a mess. And I made messes plenty of times on a few patients, and some of them they're marked open and closed and stuff like that. And I try to remember in my head, okay, with this patient, turn it this way. And yeah, it was a good learning experience for the short time. I didn't get a chance to put in a Foley. Uh, it was I had a lot of high acuity patients too, and that was one thing that led me to resigning, was because once again I'm the newbie. A lot of the nurses who had certain patients that probably had to go out and come back, and they were not just high acuity patients, they were very needy. To make lack of better words, they were very needy. They decided to put all of those patients on my team. Yeah. And I was like, okay, oh no. And the DON, she was telling me, oh, Renee, you're doing such a good job. That's the hardest hallway in our hall, because we were like, let's say 1 west, 2 west, 3 west. And I think I was 1 west, something like that. Yeah, 1 west. But yeah. So I always had the team with a high acuity. The nurses would be leaving, and I'm still there charting. We had, which I was happy to have, was the electronic charting, and the patient's pictures would be up on their record. So that helped a lot. So just in case I didn't know what a patient looked like, at least I could identify them. So my experience there was okay. I was asked to come back. I'm coming to you, by the way, from club bed, so I'm trying to fix myself in my bed. Yeah, so I was asked to come back. I don't believe that I'm off the schedule. I was told that I was not off the schedule, that they have me actually in the system as needed. And I've actually been, like a month later, about a month and a half later, they called me to come to work one Sunday morning. And I was like, I don't work for y'all no more. So there's a story behind that too, but I actually did resign. I spoke to the DON, and she knows that, but she was trying to keep me on as PRN. So what am I doing right now? I'm looking for work. I just had an interview today. I don't think I'm going to take that job. I also had a offer yesterday, and I turned it down because the same thing. What I want to say is that they're a rehab center, but the rehab centers have a lot of they get the patient nurse ratio thing. I can't deal with. Now, the one that I went to today is a hospital, and I did clinicals there. And the reason why I chose to fill out an application there, because I knew I liked the place, and I knew that they were gonna give me about 8 patients. But on my application, she claims that I did not mark off which facility. Like, let's say it's a Catholic hospital, so let's say it's called St. Paul, St. Mark, St. Benita. I don't know, I'm just making up names. Well, I didn't where I did clinicals at would have been let's say St. Mark. But because I didn't mark it off, they wanted me to work for St. Paul. And that's the skilled nursing facility. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, I'm not taking this job, because I asked her what the ratio was, and she said it was 1-20. And in my head, I was like, I'm not taking this job. And I said, well, I applied for I thought I applied for St. Paul. She was like, oh, no, you didn't mark it off, and they're full over there anyway. So I said, okay, as far as employees go. And then what did she say to me? Oh, on the application, it says 12-hour shift and 8-hour shift. I like my 12-hour shifts. I love my 12-hour shifts. That's what I marked for. She tells me that the application is wrong, and that she needs to take that off, and there are no 12-hour shifts. So that's another thing too, because again, I am in school, and I have been working on my BSN, And right now, I even need to give that a break. I've done 4 classes, but I've only completed 3 because I did fail one, and I failed it on purpose. How do you fail a class on purpose? You just don't do the work. Um, I had a few deaths in the family, and everything's just been so hectic. And I didn't give myself a break from doing all that studying from Nclex. Like my brain is fried, okay? It's like totally fried. So I don't want to see no more schoolwork. I plan on if I'm gonna drop the class next week and talk with financial aid and everything works out, I probably may return to school. The goal would be to return to school January 2018. But if I start to feel better, I probably will return October because it's 5-week classes at this school. So yeah, but I think I should really take the rest of this year off and really concentrate on getting a job and then not applying, but re-registering back for January because my brain is. I don't want to do nothing. When I fill out these applications and go on these interviews and they talking about taking a test, I'm like, I don't want to take no damn test. That's just how I feel. Like, I don't want to take a test. Like, really, I don't want to take a test. I passed the Nclex. What do you mean you want me to take a test? That's how I feel. You saw how emotional I just got about that? That's how I feel about it. Anyway, so that's where I'm at right now. I got a lot of things I got going on with just school and me trying to do a lot of things personally. I am going to share that with you guys later, but I just want to come to you from Club Bed and let you guys know that I'm doing great. Everything's fine, and I'm still trying to land a job. So I will talk to you guys later. I'll probably shoot another video tomorrow and talk about some interviewing strategies. Maybe. Don't hold me to it. That's what I want to do, but we'll see what I really do. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Oh, and my baby girl, she had a rough day at work, so just watch this little clip. I just want you guys to see if you ever thought about or know somebody who wants to do surgical tech. She just basically told me about her day. All right.